How's it going, everyone? It's Ben Falcon's Media Corner back again with a brand new video for today. Welcome back to the movie review, aka for our story review video for today. This time for this new episode for the series is going to be my review on the 2023 comedy film, and that is Joyride. Now, this is directed by Adele Lim, and this is actually her very first film as a director. And you may know her name for being the writer of two films, such as Crazy Rich Asians and Riot and the Last Dragon, which both of those movies I really enjoyed, so I was really intrigued to see what she was going to do in a directorial debut with this film. And so the story of the film is that we follow four Asian American friends as they bond and discover the truth of who you are while they travel through China in search of one of their birth mothers. So that's pretty much the story of Joyride. Now, when I first saw the trailer for this film, I was actually looking forward to this one because this was in fact a new raunchy comedy film, and I do tend to enjoy these films quite a bit. Like, we've had some really good ones that have been really surprising and all that over the last few years, and while we've had a few in the last few years that haven't been really all that good, that didn't really landed under my belt quite a bit or anything like that, but I was still looking forward to this film nonetheless though. And I was really surprised with who was directing this film, because the director of this film is the writer of two really good films, which were, like I said, Crazy Rich Asians and Riot and the Last Dragon. So I was really intrigued to see what Adele Lim was going to do for this film here as a director here, since, like I said, this is the very first time directing a film. And I didn't even know much of the cast were in the film except for one, which was Stephanie Hsu, I think is how you pronounce her name, who you may know her from one of my favorite films of last year, which was Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I thought she was great in that film. So I was really intrigued to see what she was going to do for this film, along with everyone else who were in the film and all that. And this film came out just last month in the US. It came out the exact same day as Insidious: The Red Door did in the US and all that, in which I saw that film went on opening day and all that. But this film came out just a couple days after it came out here in the UK. It came out the exact same day as Meg 2: The Trench, which I saw that film yesterday, and I just recently saw this film today. I just got back from seeing this film, and there wasn't that many people in the screen that I was in, unfortunately, but there was a fair amount though. But after watching this whole movie, I gotta say here, guys, that I definitely had a really fun time with Joyride. This was a hilarious, wild ride of a movie here, you guys. What I really liked about Joyride were the performances. I thought the four main leads in the film were all terrific and really fun here in this film through their chemistry and banter they provide in the film here. And as for the direction for this film, I thought it was pretty well made here by Adele Lim in her directorial debut here. Like, it is very well made here through each different types of areas that we see in China in the film, because we do travel quite a bit in the film through different types of areas that we see in China, which I thought all of that in this film was very well made here. And when it comes to the humor in this film, it is absolutely crazy through the amount of different types of comedy elements that this film throws in here. Like, there's a few raunchy humor, there's some gross out humor, and there's some drug humor and all that, which I thought all those elements here were absolutely funny, that I couldn't stop laughing my ass off when it came to those moments in the film. And this film also has also added in a little bit of heartfelt moments in the film, which I thought were really strong and really heartwarming, when we get to see what happens with the characters later on in the film to its overall message of the film, which I felt the message of the film to be really heartfelt, which it showcases about who you are and where you came from and all that, because what this whole story that this film tackles on here is about this woman, this Asian American woman, which she came from adopted family, and she wants to know about her birth mother and all that, which I found all that in this film to be really heartwarming and all that. And as for the pacing for the film, it is super well paced and all that, since the film is only an hour and 35 minutes, and there was never a moment that tends to drag on or anything like that when the film slows down a bit after a comedic moment in the film or anything like that. However, the only fault I have with this film is that there was only one comedic aspect of the film that I kind of found a bit distracting. Is that when we get to see the four main leads just pretend to be a group of singers, and they eventually bring into music video style in the film, like form in the film, and there's some noticeable green screen in the film, which I kind of found that in the film really distracting and all that. But I still enjoy that moment in the film. It's just that whenever there was a green screen moment in the film, I kind of found that pretty distracting here. But overall, in the end, guys, Joyride, this movie was indeed a lot of fun here. This was a hilarious yet wild ride of a movie here. And if you're a fan of these kind of comedy films that involves raunchiness or anything like that, this is one I would really recommend you see here. And if it is playing at a local cinema near you, I highly recommend you see this one with your best friends here. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Joyride. I'm going to give Joyride 4.5 out of 5. Like I said, this movie was indeed a lot of fun here, and despite having one fault with the film, I still managed to have a really good time with this film from beginning to end here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching for my 8K After Hours Story review on Joyride, and let me know what you think of this movie if you have seen this already or just recently checked out this film. Did you have a really fun time with this, or was it not really a cup of tea? As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and this has been Falcon's Media Corner signing off.